Hello, everyone, and welcome to another game. I know there was another cast going on earlier, but it's me, Neptune, joined by Snips. I think I don't know how to say your name. I'll be honest.
No, you got it, Snips. Yep.
Oh, damn, that's the first. Too many S's. But I think we have Killer Kappas versus the Death Dealers Walker division. Who do you favor going into this already? Without seeing picks, bans, anything, just roster wise.
I'll be honest with you and with chat. I've not been following the Walkers League as closely as I did last season. Not being in it, but I am a Killer Kappa, so I just gotta give it to the team, the green team. I gotta give it to the boys with the shells.
Yeah. And being told we won't have bans for game one, but we'll know what they pick. And I'm gonna go with Death Dealers just because you said Kappas.
That's totally fair. Makes sense.
Except for now they're called the Terrible Turtles for some unknown reason.
Unknown indeed.
Unknown.
Could not tell you.
It could be due to the day. What day is it today?
I think today's Monday.
Gosh.
Oh, April's Fool's Day.
Ma. And it's a Monday too. That's worse. But we're gonna see the first couple picks come in. Cthulhu being topped by the Killer Kappas here. What do you think about Cthulhu?
I think Cthulhu's in a really good spot with the conduit buffs that came out recently. He's definitely rose in popularity, especially in the solo lane, specifically. Just being a beefy, magical, damage type soul laner that benefits off of the changes. So I think he's a force to be reckoned with. I think his ult's crazy. It can definitely swing a fight or disrupt whatever the other team is trying to accomplish. So I think it's a good pick.
But we see a Nem, an Agni, a Silbeck, and Apollo to round out that Killer Kappas. It's not bad. You take away one of the big things that kind of shuts down a Cthulhu. Nem ult just deleting Cthulhu.
Yeah, for sure. Like if we didn't get to see the bans, but if you're unable to ban it, then the next best thing is to pick it.
Yep. We see Nike, Ravana, Poseidon, Ganesha, X-Ball. I like the Nike lock. I enjoy Nike, especially in solo, because she's just one of those gods which you struggle to kill, especially as an auto attacker.
Yeah, I think for sure she'll definitely stand up against Cthulhu in the early game. Pre-5, being able to lock him down with her own knockup, stopping his passive damage by nullifying the autos with her strife. So I think she's definitely a good god to go up against Cthulhu, at least in the early game. Once Cthulhu has his ult, though, I think it's going to really come down to, ganks from the jungler or just kind of avoiding him until you can get into the later fights with Shibalanke, probably getting kin size to help shred it. So,
Yep. I could agree with that. And Poseidon, very good draft on both teams. And I'm gonna hazard a guess, but I think you take your boys in green once again.
yeah, of course. Especially now, I see Cthulhu. I think Cthulhu, like we've already talked about him twice. Nemesis, I think she's really good right now. Lots of shred potential on the Ganesha and the Ravana and the Nike. So a really good pickup there. Apollo being able to zip around the map, being able to contend with the Shibalanke, probably into the later parts of the game, will kind of lose to him early with the clear from the bullet autos, but also has that Sobek to apply a lot of pressure, be able to pluck, be able to do stuff. So I think it's going to be a really scrappy game between these two teams. I think both teams are kind of built around fighting and trying to get picks before starting big objectives.
Yeah, but we don't have to wait much for that as we're sent right into the action. Ooh, oh, well, while they clear camps and everything. No, I don't see anything out of the ordinary to start. Build-wise, at least. Oh, maybe Dustful on Apollo.
Maybe, but it's just kind of like preference. If you feel like you really can't control your mana, you feel like you're going to spend it really fast, then you pick up that Death Toll in favor of the um, Hunter's Cow. But Hunter's Cow is extremely good right now. Neither ADC opting to take it, though, with Shibalanke going the Mannequins build that's so very controversial right now, I would say, in the ADC talks in the community. With this Apollo getting a ton of damage.
Yeah. But meanwhile, Formless picks up the first blood in mid on the Poseidon, Nem able to kind of just run at you. Nirvana going to be left to kind of just clear his mid laner's lead, but it looks like on the couple more autos. If Ganesha takes a low stray archer shot, I think he dies there, but kind of looking like a lot of early pressure. Apollo dashing in to look to pick up the kill, and he does. Shadowskill is going to put himself on the board with that. X-Ball just going to dash away. And that's just going to be a full disengage on that. And it looks like in solo, it looks like Cthulhu getting out pressured by the Nike.
Yeah, really good pressure coming out from the Apollo to pick up that kill. Just knew exactly what spacing he needed from the dash, was able to pick it up, and then able to get a Mez and a Sobek pluck to kind of stand the Shibalanke off too. Good fight breaking out in mid though.
Yeah, and then popping shield. Nirvana no mana looking to get the meteor, but I don't think it's worth your life in the early game. Maybe Nem looking to pick up the kill here. Poseidon gonna beads. Nirvana gonna use his immunity there to live. I kind of pushing the beads there on the Poseidon, but I don't think he had. Well, Nem slows, but I think he dies. Cancels that. X-Ball gonna get plucked in. Apollo looks to dash. Gonna mez the X-Ball. Ganesha missing the dash. Lone Wolf gonna pick up the solo kill in solo. And it looks like just a full disengage in duo once more.
Yeah, kind of like what we talked about at the beginning of this game, starting the Nike getting the pressure that she needed pre-5 to pick up a kill on the Cthulhu while we were spectating the fight that was breaking out in duo.
This Apollo just dashing in on cooldown. Sobek gonna dash under tower, get the pluck, but I think that's his life. It is getting just stunned under tower by the Ganesha and just kind of giving the Expo a way back into this lane because now it's kill for kill. I think the only difference is well, actually no, he didn't even get first blood. But he is gonna dash on the Apollo. Ooh, just whiffing a couple autos here. Apollo no mana though. Ganesha gonna dash the other way.
Now you notice.
X-Ball gonna but here comes Nemesis gonna ult the Ganesha. And I think that's gonna be a dead Ganesha. So they're gonna look at X-Ball. Gonna miss the pluck but get the tail whip, I think, and that's horrific used as well. And that's a double kill for Formless in the jungle.
What started as such a good play, getting the Sobek under tower, stun, lockdown, and killed, kind of turns the other direction for them, chases the Apollo for way, way, way too long back into his own side of the jungle, which Nemesis was waiting in the corner for just that opportunity, pops the ult, and is able to pretty much pick up a double kill with the help of Sobek and Contagion to slow everybody down. Really good counter gank coming out with Killer Kappas to kind of capitalize on the mistakes of prior.
Yeah, and while that was all unfolding, that's just, I don't know, kind of a weird state of no vision, and we do see both supports back over here in duo. So back to level up on his counterpart, but I think it's a case of just maybe a scuffle. No, but it looks like Ravana might want something in duo as well, as Ganesha looks to maybe want to dash in on this Apollo. Ravana gonna come in, blink on the Apollo. Apollo gonna dash away, and oh, they're gonna pick up the kill. Sobek gonna go into alt to just cover himself from being CC'd and just go back under tower. Looking like possibly a gank in mid. Deacon gonna miss that, and Nem just gonna deal a good chunk to him. I think she did like 50% of his HP in that ability.
Yeah, mini fights breaking out all across the map, but still kind of going into the favor of Killer Kappas. Another scuffle happening in the solo lane, but I think solo laners are just gonna solo lane.
Yeah.
Kind of hard to keep up with the action.
Apollo gonna ult in here, as on the other end of the map we see a Nem ganking this Nike. I think she's dead? No, it's Nike, I forgot. Shadow kill skill. Blah, blah, blah. Apollo gonna pick up the kill there. Sobek gonna look to pluck the, and Shadow skill is gonna pick up the double kill there. This time, player Ho not getting stuck under the tower by the Ganesha.
Yeah, just applying the pressure that this Apollo has been building up so far. 3, 1, and 0. Devil's Gauntlet already getting stacked. Just making really good usage of the Sobek pluck, being able to get people under the tower, bring them back out, be able to pick up the double kill overall. Really good job.
Yep. We see Jotun's Vigor coming out of this Nike. I think that's really what allowed her to get so much pressure as well. It's just that early cooldown damage.
Yeah, early cooldown damage and the healing from the Vigor Passer.
Looking like maybe they want to aggress on the Agni. One thing I do notice is, Deacon not finishing his Doom Orb and just opting to start his pen item. I might have liked him to finish that. Like Doom Orb, I think Doom Orb was one of the items that got buffed recently to give a little bit more.
Yeah, but if I'm correct, Doom Orb second tier item is actually one of the best tier 2 items in the game, having a passive on it, 2% movement speed, 5% magical penetration. So I do know that there are sometimes some opportunities to pick up the tier 2 and go for the next item, and then go back to the Doom Orb to complete it. But another fight breaking out right now.
Yeah, Formless just taking control of the map a little here, as he just solo kills the X-Ball and forces the ult out. It looks like his Apollo is around the corner just waiting to help him out there. Is that going to be a Rage? Oh, here out comes Cthulhu ult onto the Nike. Nike could be... No, I forgot. It's solo lane. No one's in danger. It's just solo lane.
Solo laners doing solo lane things.
Ganesha... Oh, Sobek plucking a minion there. Agni stun going to come out. Nothing really going to happen in mid, though, as everyone just kind of looks to reset there, except for Ravana's looking for something, maybe.
Yeah, lots of little fights breaking out all across. No one afraid right now. 8-3, but with a 3K gold lead, but doesn't feel like it across the map, as little scuffles are breaking out all across for either XP camps or buffs.
3 level, I was about to say 7 level, 3 level difference over here in duo lane, but You know, I hate this. I like X-Ball in the later game than I do Apollo.
Yeah, for sure. X-Ball definitely scales better into the later game with the passive that gives him more damage, the more damage he does. So really helps him get there in the late game. But we see this little fight breakout, but I think it's just Solo being Solo. Apollo, though, always going to be able to get across the map faster than X-Ball can. So no matter what stage of the game we're in, can see some split pushing.
And I think Cthulhu dies, Nirvana gonna help pick up the kill for Lone Wolf. And, you know, I think Nem could have done something there. Maybe she'd have rotated instead of, dropping both the speed and red buff there.
Yeah, tough calls.
Yeah.
XP is super important. Being able to keep lanes ahead and do other things sometimes take priority, but I do see your point. Definitely could see a rotation, maybe a counter gank to start this fight, though.
Gonna blink, X-Ball gonna dash away, Nem gonna chase under the tower. Apollo gonna ult away as Nem, I think, just ate 3 tower shots. And I think most of that was eaten up by the shield as they're gonna look to secure the blue. Oh, apparently I'm colorblind, but purple, not blue.
Yeah, I'm just really utilizing that shield really, really well. Able to get into the tower, get the kill, and get out, almost not taking any damage of her own health bar.
Yep. That being said, though, they do have a lot of ways to get that Nem shield off. Sobek not gonna get the pluck on the Poseidon and just gonna eat a couple tower shots there. Agni, I think, gonna look to bomb, but gonna miss. Gonna hit the second one, though. I think he has one more, but I don't think he really wants to risk it for the biscuit. Apollo gonna just force down this T1 in left.
Yeah, 4-level lead between the two ADCs. Apollo kind of running away with the show right now. Already has his second item locked and loaded, while X-Ball is still working on the tier 2 at the moment. So really seeing the discrepancies in the different lanes currently, besides Nike, who's kind of keeping it together right now, 2-0-0 over this Cthulhu. So kind of, different battles happening across right now.
Gonna confirm the blue buff invade there. Ravana just gonna ult away. Not gonna risk his life there. And stealing that blue buff away, yeah. I think a majority of that level lead, I think, comes from just Formless being on that purple. Those early few kills and then Formless just consistently being over there. But it looks like Poseidon just gonna chill on the beacon. Gonna get stunned out, eat 2 Agni bombs, but Agni gonna be forced to Aegis, but I don't think he got the Aegis off in time and just ate the full damage of that Kraken. And they're gonna get the beacon as well, which, a little bit of money, a little bit of XP in their hands. Apollo gonna look to ult the X-Ball here. Not gonna, but gonna follow up with 1 auto. Just the 1 auto to the left there.
Yeah, really tough position to be in sometimes. That is the power of Apollo, being able to get across the map fast, faster than any other person besides maybe a Mercury. So, if you're staying in lane too long, if you're half health, if something like that happens, definitely what's gonna maybe happen to this Nike.
Yeah, looking like and Nem not able to follow up the auto just because of shield from Nike. Sobek gonna miss the pluck there. Is Nike still living here? Just Nike ult coming off of cooldown and just giving Raw a triple kill. That is not what you like to see, Nike shield coming off cooldown just kind of saved Nike's life. Apollo over here in Solo gonna push the tower down. Nike gonna jump away. Dark Pillar's gonna come out. Good silence by Ganesha. Oh, come on. I was hoping for a Ganesha solo kill. But Ravana gonna come around here. Ooh. Looking like maybe they catch this Nem out. They don't. Ravana gonna ult. Nem gonna just get a full heal. That Nem shield heal just kind of made the little bit of difference she needed to get away.
She pulled so much from them too, using Ravana ult, Blink, and a whole bunch of other utility items just to try to get closer, just to try to finish that kill. Does not go their way though. Really good job with the nem spacing, just knowing exactly when to pop shield, knowing exactly when to dash. So good job to the Killer Cappers. Kind of still controlling this game, even though it's definitely a scrap of one, 12-7. Kills going both ways. Killer Cappers just kind of coming on top.
Yep. Nem looking to blink in here, but Agni gonna get blinked on. Kraken gonna be on the mark. Agni gonna be forced to Aegis and Beats beside the objective here for the Nemesis. And kind of just left to the Lamb there. Or, and Ganesh gonna ult. Looking like there is a Apollo up in the air. Gonna ult under that T1 there. And they're gonna pick up a double kill in mid. Nike gonna pick up Deacon with an ult though from the back. So they're gonna look to pluck Nike in. You know, just very, for the amount of scrapping going on, only up 3k gold with, you know, Formless only up a level in this jungle, but it looks like they're gonna pull a Gold Fury here. Formless on zone duty. Nike disarm gonna pull the Nem shield there. Expel gonna throw some autos out. Cthulhu unable to dash there as Nike just cancels it. Nike gonna leave her Expel to kind of just fend for himself against him as she looks to possibly steal this objective. And she doesn't get so lucky. She might just be dead here. Yep. Formless now immortal, fully stacked rage here. Gonna look to pick up the Poseidon, but instead just meets a Kraken. And it looks like Ravana wants this kill. Gonna immune the stun from the Agni there. But Cthulhu wants himself a kill too, but she kind of backs off there. I think he could have picked up a double.
Yeah, I think it was one of those moments where he was probably in the moment, probably thought maybe he didn't have the one up. It would have had to come down to a really good auto spacing. Maybe he just didn't trust it, but because of that, does not get up that second kill. So really, really good job to Death Dealers though to kind of stay off what could have been. A lot of people got out with really low health bars. Really good all coming out from Metal on the Ganesha there at the end. Even getting the knockup on the Apollo in the beam of light in the pillar. So Apollo just becoming absolutely one shot, making it pretty easy for the Rolana to clean up, make sure that everyone else got out. So like really good recovery from the Death Dealers to kind of stay in it. They're still down a bunch of kills. It is still 45-41 right now, but they are definitely showing that they are not out of the game yet.
Yeah, looking like the beacon's going to be the object for the Killer Kappas here. And, I kind of like the call here by Death Dealers to kind of just, relax. Like, we don't have to contest this one. We can chill, we can farm. But it looks like maybe they were wanting to a little, but... And, I like that Frank sitting over in that dual lane, just getting his levels back up, Was down 3 levels, now only down a level and a half, pretty much.
And honestly, that's sometimes all you can do. It feels pretty tragic, but you have to get those levels back somehow as this fight breaks out in mid lane.
Yeah, Nike eating just the Kraken to the dome there. Or not Nike, Nemesis, I'm sorry. Yeah. Cthulhu gonna blink ult here, looking at the Poseidon, I do believe. Poseidon Bead's gonna come out. Deacon gonna finish the kill on Rawl, though. And Nike just gonna walk away. I think Nem's kind of looking for blood here, though. Just gonna look to pick up the camp there. Ravana gonna look to just maybe throw some buttons at him. And as they pick up the Pyro, turning that into, we got 2 picks, let's pull the objective. It looks like they might be looking to siege this T1. Nem gonna dash under to get that Hydra's proc. Cthulhu gonna look to... Oh, Sobek looking to pluck. But just a little off the mark. Ravana just gonna keep farming. And 5k gold difference now, just off of... Like, that was Beacon, a Tower, and a Pyromancer.
Yeah, Killer Kappa is definitely kind of trying to pull away from this game as much as they can. securing themselves that 5K lead, as you said. Just insane damage coming out from Formless right now. 11-0-2, kind of just having complete control on the map state, kind of going wherever he so pleases. 6-2-4 on the Apollo as well is helping the matter, kind of keeping the X ball down. Still level 17 to level 15, 2 level leads still in the ADC department. So there's still an uphill battle for this Death Dealers team. Definitely not out of it yet, but they definitely want to start looking at boarding up on this fire and kind of trying to see as much XP as they can before they have to try to defend it.
Yep. Formless getting a shop there. And, looking like close to level 19. Frank, gonna get his Odibo worked on. Nike gonna be dashed on by the Cthulhu. And Formless is looking at this blue buff invade. He might just get it. Ravana none the wiser. And then just immunity kick that. Go back to getting his farm.
Yeah, you kind of just get to do whatever you want when you're 11-0-2.
Apollo gonna ult away as he gets looked at. Ravana gonna be the target of aggression for 3 people. Nem gonna be there, and it looks like the team arrived just in time. Ravana forced to beads there to kind of get himself out, but still living.
Yeah, also the Apollo had to beads to get out of the tidal wave that Poseidon laid down on his feet. So Velik's also getting popped on the side of Killer Kappas trying to make that play happen. Unfortunately, just wasn't able to get it. Ravana was able to get out at the end.
Formless back on zone duty here as they look to pull a Gold Fury. And it looks like Death Dealers are either none the wiser or conceding the objective. As Nike kind of just looks, they are they stole it. Nike stole that objective with her ult. And you know what?
And it's trying to get away right now.
Everyone just dashing, popping everything to try to kill her.
Giving her team time to get that right side tower.
You know what I thought they were doing? I thought they were going to pull Fire Giant.
That's what I thought too. I was like, oh snap, they're going for fire. Like, that's kind of cool. And then they beelined into that tower, and I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that was not where I thought that was going. I
mean, still good. Like, you still got a tower, but...
Yep. Putting that, still 5K gold difference. A tower, a tower and gold in exchange for the Nike, though. Putting that gold difference actually down to 4K, so they are steadily crawling out of this deficit that they...
Yeah, but they also took a Gold Fury away from the Killer Kappas, so they were able to not only get some gold, but keep some gold out of the pocket, so... Some net gains.
Net positives.
Yeah.
Looking at these... Oh. It looks like Pyro is now the objective to be pulled, and no one around here on the Death Dealer side looking like they want the beacon instead. Possibly forced down, as it looks like the entirety of Killer Kappas have decided not allowed. Cthulhu gonna immediately pop out. X-Ball gonna be the target of aggression, getting Mez, getting knocked out. But Cthulhu getting stuck on Dharmic Pillars, godlike for Formless there as he picks up the kill on Ral, but Ral's still getting his damage off there. Nemesis gonna get a little bit of chain CC there as Ganesha looks to be now the target of aggression, getting knocked up, knocked back. But tanks be tanking.
Yeah, they just need their ADC to kind of complete the damage that they need. Nike going in. Oh!
Apollo ulting under a bird. Ravana looking at the kill onto Freaky and gonna pick it up. Apollo under the T2, tanking it. Gonna... Ooh. That Nem shield came a little late there, but still able to survive with a little bit of HP. Ravana gonna immunity kick that damage. Actually, I don't even think he immunity kicked it. I think if Ravana really wants, he gets a double here.
Yeah, I feel like this is a lot closer than anybody wants it to be.
Yep. Oh, and that's a lot of money for That is a massive amount of money from Ginkgo. He kind of just lined his pockets.
Yeah, I just feel like that wasn't a good play by the Killer Kappas. Just sacrificed too much. Apollo getting super low, tanking the tower just to get the Nike kill. So then they don't even go for the T2 tower, and then when they go for the beacon, Ravana gets to come in and grab it. Like, just a little too aggressive of a play coming out from Killer Kappas, trying to get too much dip on their chip, as one might say.
Yeah.
But 63 to 58, still a sizable gold lead in favor of them. No objective being taken for the mistake that they use. So it's not too bad yet. Probably going to set up for this fire giant.
Yep. That's just kind as we, I'm hoping to see a lot more words on the map, kind of little barren looking map. Yeah, seeing like you got Cthulhu with 1 ward, Expo, Apollo 2 and 3 wards, support 5 and 7, and you're supposed to be the guy warding the most. Kinda. I know I get flamed all the time when I don't ward enough, and I start crying. I sit in a back camp and contemplate my life.
Oh yeah, I get flamed for my wards sometimes.
Yep. It's like, why didn't you just ward? It's like, I'm sorry. Meanwhile, Expo is Cthulhu gonna look to just ult here. Ganesha still having Dharma Pillars up. And Killer Cap is wanting Nike just gonna ult, knock up the Cthulhu here. And it looks like she might just fall. She will. Shadow Skill's gonna pick up the kill, but he is low. Cthulhu healthy. Ganesha gonna stun him. Sobek gonna pluck. And out comes just another Kraken, and they're just gonna eat more Dharmic Pillar damage. Apollo just ulting all the way back to his fountain there. And I don't think they got the pick they wanted. Freaky forced to blink out there. I wouldn't say forced, actually. They're still hunting for him, actually. And this is why you don't lazy back.
Yeah, definitely why you don't lazy back, walking all the way back to T2 almost before backing. Probably a safe bet.
I could agree with that. We see a little more words coming out now. But that Poseidon Kraken just kind of deterred that fight, and you can't sleep on that Kraken.
Yeah, I feel like the combination of Kraken and Dharmic Pillars have actually saved a couple of fights now that would have gone incredibly bad for the Death Dealers, but just right timing, right place, able to do an astronomical amount of damage to multiple members of Killer Kappas, just deterring them from engaging. But they are not deterred right now. Poseidon Beat's coming out and a fight's breaking.
And another Kraken coming out, but his Nike's here to help him get out there too as well now. As Frank is kind of just clawed his way back to being a factor now. Kind of want him to now rotating, and Agni just bombing the objective because Agni bombs.
Yeah, but unfortunately, like right now, especially with ADCs, you can catch up in levels, but if you look at the item differential, he's still down 2 whole items, like 2 completed items and a starter. So while he is level 20, it is still a rocky climb for him. And probably why we're seeing him stick to his side of the jungle, safe, away from the fighting while he tries to get some gold, and try to get some items more online, at least get that starter finished now that he's level 20 before he joins the team.
Yep, as we do see another kind of small scuffle breaking out. Apollo just going to get hit by the root there from Ravana. I forgot the name for a second. Too many gods root in this game.
Too many. They're just rootin' tootin'.
Yeah, rootin' tootin' rodents. Cthulhu gonna get silenced out there as Nike just kind of ults for I think a little bit of damage and to kind of give herself a second health bar. The Agni Bomb connecting there. Dharmic Pillar is going to connect onto Cthulhu, and out comes another Kraken onto Nemesis, and that's just going to kill her. I think that was just a Kraken plus Staff of Mirrodin proc on the second ability. Just killing her, as we do see Ravana getting exceptionally low, Apollo dashing away. Nike, the last one standing, as she just jumps the opposite direction there. Cthulhu gonna blink, Sobek gonna pluck.
Killing spree.
And
Yeah, just
all
good.
while that happened, looking left.
Under attack.
Frank knows exactly what his mission was. If he couldn't help his team, if he couldn't be there for the fight, he could at least get a Phoenix and cause damage to Killer Kappas. They might be in a favorable position. They might have gold on their opponents, but now they're down to probably the worst Phoenix you can be in the spine.
Yeah, and one thing can be said is I don't think you out-secure Poseidon Kraken on, like... Oh, DPS
Kraken
just...
coming out a little too early.
Yep. Kind of... That is one way to out-secure Poseidon and to kill him, too. Smart call to stop the DPS on the Fire Giant to just kind of confirm it. Ping's coming out for the Gold Fury. At this stage in the game, Frank can solo it with his build.
Frank could solo it, but look at the Killer Kappas already out, ready to go.
Yep. So we do see builds finally rounding out here. Seeing a Charon's coin out of the Poseidon. I haven't seen that item in a minute.
Just like to point out that this Cthulhu has done more damage than the mid laner, Poseidon with Kraken.
Yep. I mean Cthulhu plus Conduit. What do you do?
I know. What do you do?
And also you gotta take half that off because it's a solo laner. You got half
Right,
that
I'm sorry.
damage.
I'm sorry. They headbutt each other for 20 minutes. That's my bad.
Yeah, exactly.
I forget.
Looking like maybe the Death Dealers should probably reset instead of pushing up this right lane, but I think they're just going to fork over this Phoenix.
Potentially going for a base race, hoping that the Nike can stall long enough for them to get a foothold. Kraken coming out.
Apollo beads and Aegis comes out. Cthulhu looking to zone this Poseidon out. And just everyone.
All right, they're backing. They're backing.
Yeah, Nike and Poseidon able to get a lot of low health bars. Rolt's gonna pick up the kill onto Shadow Skills. That was 100% a kill still.
Yeah, Shadow Skills just kind of putting himself in a not favorable position, dashing in, but now the chase is on.
Yeah, Agni gonna get picked off as well as just maybe overstepping their welcome there. As Sobek now the target of aggression. Can't. Oh, okay. I thought they were gonna just start running at the Nem instead of going for a gold free. Nike on zone duty, but I don't think anyone can contest. They killed the Agni, so no real steal potential there.
Yeah, I think they just didn't know what to do right there. I think they didn't know if they wanted to back up and retreat and make sure that there wasn't a base race going on, or if they wanted to commit to the Nike. And they kind of just took too much time, allowed the backs to get off, and then Shadow Skills going in when he probably should have stayed closer to the Agni, and then both getting picked off. Just tough situation for Killer Kappas, but still a 2,000, almost 3,000 gold lead in their favor, and Fire Giants off the map right now.
Yeah, Leftbird respawning, and that being said, that is going to stop the Fire Waves pushing in left, at least for Death Dealers, but not for Killer Kappas. So maybe Frank does, you know, some Frank things and just pushes that up again. That being said, we haven't seen a full 5v5. We've seen a lot of 4v5s, so maybe we'll see the Death Dealers group a little more. Cthulhu looking to get some wards out, as Formless still has EFG on him. Oh. And it looks like they're just going to take this last T2 off the map. And speaking of Frank doing Frank things.
Frank doing Frank things. I do. Now that he has the chin size, I would like him to group a little bit more just to be able to offer up that shred ability that they would need against the Nike, who's kind of going in, and the Ganesha and the Ravana, just, you know, being able to offer up extra damage. So the Kraken's going to be really good for the burst, but
And
they
there's
do
a
need to be able to
fight
stay
going
fighting.
on as
Yeah.
Gino picks up the kill on. Dino Killer's coming out. Jinko lives.
Raw picking up the kill on the Formless. Sobek getting pushed every which way, unable to move just because everyone body blocked him in. Ganesha kind of just throwing silences out. Kill bestowed once more. As I think Frank being in left lane kind of just forced the 4v3 there. Cthulhu gonna blink ult in here. Gonna get the... And I think Nike's gonna fall there. And she is. Ganesha not gonna really offer to... Gonna die to... I think that was burn damage. We're all gonna die to the Cthulhu. And what turned into a fantastic fight for Death Dealers kind of just flopped on its head because...
Cthulhu.
Pretty much Cthulhu damage.
Cthulhu Agni combo.
Yep. But that being said, Cthulhu Agni is about to step into an X-Ball who's just throwing autos at any point they can... And oh my... Agni's dead.
Yep.
Just dead.
The Agni blinked first. He threw his abilities out when he shouldn't have, and the Ravana capitalized, ulting right over all the damage the Agni threw, doing a ton of burst damage and pretty much killing the Agni before the Cthulhu could get back around the corner. So just really good, chicken stare down coming out from Ravana right there. But this Apollo ulting to get the Phoenix again, making sure that the Phoenix on the left side is still down and still pumping out fire waves. So kind of taking a page out of Frank's book there, able to split push a small victory for Killer Kappas in this long, drawn-out fight.
Yeah. This is why I hate Apollo players. Also, me locking Apollo jungle every time I can get my grubby little fingers on it is that exact reason. Just pick up the bomb, take it to someone's bird as it's low health. Walk away.
As another fire giant dance, as we're now at the stage of the game where builds kind of don't, well, not builds I should say, but gold leads don't matter. You're only able to buy 3k 500 pots, and I think it just comes down to skill, as Killer Kappas don't know that Death Dealers are on the other side of the map taking the Unifury. Nike having that TP available, they are going to finally start the objective here as Cthulhu on zone duty. Nike going to TP here, and Poseidon just going to run up, drop Whirlpool, and he's going to... Nope, he didn't out-confirm the Agni Bombs there. We're all going to fall there. Ravana going to die to player Hone, and Nike just going to chase Apollo out. Nemesis gonna ult there. Nike, the target of aggression now, as she just runs around a rock. The age-old technique.
Sometimes that's all you need to get away, but the Agni's hot on the chase, gets another bomb off. She is now one shot, trying to get as much damage as they can.
I don't think they kill her. I think she gets out.
Nope.
The Agni bomb, I think that clipped like the heel of her smite hitboxes.
Deacon had the geometry on lock and is able to pick up the kill at the last second. Now on the shoulders of X-Ball to stop this push.
I don't think you can. I think that's just going to be a game. I think they're going to kill him. Oh, he's going to kill Freaky.
Gets one! Come back!
The comeback was real for a split second. Yeah. And, as much as the kill difference was there, it was a very drawn-out game.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely a scrappy fight tonight is happening between these two teams. Definitely did not care for objective play in the early beginning. Mostly just wanted to test boundaries, test limits, see who could pop off. Definitely formless 15, 3, and 6. Also have to give a shout out to Shadows 9, 4, and 10. Just going to town, kind of ripping apart the Death Dealers a little bit.
Yep. And, kind of. I think if Killer Kappas keep the tempo, I think it'll be a quick 2-0, but maybe Caster Curse exists. I don't believe in that. But I think we'll head to a be right back.
And we're back with more Killer Kappa Death Dealer action. Still Neptune, still Snips, and we have Deacon on production. I'm just surrounded by Killer Kappas.
Killer Kappa gang gang.
Yeah, I don't feel safe in this voice call anymore.
But that being said, Killer Kappa's coming with a up 1-0 in this set. I don't know if this confirms if one team makes Gauntlet or not. I'm not sure what Gauntlet even is. I think it's a figment of my imagination. Okay. Well, I've been told both teams are confirmed for Gauntlet, just battling for the position of where they are in the Gauntlet. So I think that determines who you play. And, going to be going and looking to see what picks and bans are going to be for this game too.
I definitely see a Cthulhu ban in the future. I don't see why not.
I can agree with that. I maybe a Nem ban. Formless was pretty dominant in that game one, kind of just being the presence the Killer Kappas needed from that jungle. As we just wait for this ban or pick to come in. Start playing the jazzy elevator music.
Do 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 do.
Do do do. It's got some. We're just gonna skip bans and we're just gonna go with picks. I'm pretty sure Deacon's running it back on the Agni once more. That's a pick I haven't seen in a minute, at least in competitive spike. I play it all the time in my casual games.
Savannah Shibalanke, definitely an interesting combo. Definitely trying to go for the grab combo. Probably into poison darts. Frank probably just trying to be comfortable on his X ball. Totally get it. Ganesh though coming out on the side of Killer Kappas this time, so switching it up a little bit. Also, Shadow's going Itsunami instead of Apollo. So definitely switch ups on both sides.
We see a Tsukiyomi as well. Quite a few picks you haven't seen in a minute. Is that a rat solo? I've seen rat jungle all the time, but I haven't seen a rat in solo since Conduit got changed. Odin getting massive value this game. Only person who can get out is that Discordia.
Yeah, definitely a huge pickup for Killer Kappas.
That being said, Dharmic Pillars plus Odin Cage, I think you just die.
You're definitely locked in a circle for a very long time, especially if they layer it. So.
Yep. You're kind of just stuck fighting in a cage that you basically have to break to get out, and saving
take
grace
damage to get out.
Yep. I guess the saving grace is Tsukiyomi. His ability autos count as 2 autos instead of 1. It's like throws autos through a wall. I think it's like Caltrop, and I think it's his 1 that gives him an extra auto. Long range auto, I should say.
Definitely going to trip up the team, though, for sure.
Yeah. I haven't seen a Tsukiyomi or a Rat solo, I should say.
I haven't seen a set in a long time either.
Well, I saw a set in a Canes game.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Well, I mean,
I-
we're seeing a set at Kane's game now.
yeah, this is totally Canes.
Walkers.
Nah, it's Canes.
Yeah, Super Canes.
Yeah, the amount
This is
of
actually my
geek
team. I'm actually Shadow Strills.
Shadow Streams. I can see it with how Pity was roasting you earlier.
I know. Getting me good.
He got you good with the. There's no way Ganesh. Okay, that was a bit of a weird pull by Sylvanas there. Is Izanami just gonna rush to clear the wave with mannequins?
Yeah, definitely the play.
Yep.
Try to get that early pressure.
Player Hone gonna get Warjo early. Sylvanas already getting pretty low, but Izanami also getting really low. Discordia. Ooh. Sylvanas hitting plenty of roots there. And getting, a little different story than game one,
Yeah, Death Dealer's definitely fighting back against the Tsunami pressure, but a gank potentially coming in from the set.
Yeah, looking behind him. Set's gonna be looking at Sylvanas. Shell gonna come out from the Sylvanas. Sylvanas gonna get body blocked by the Set, but Set's not gonna find the kill.
Yeah, just not enough damage, and his duo lane was just unhealthy, could not step up with a minion wave right there and able to help the jungler. So unfortunate timing, but no one dies. No one's the worse for wear. So Zed just goes back into the jungle.
We see Suki ganking solo instead now. Odin gonna jump away, but eat a couple more autos from the Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, Tsukiyomi will definitely be a force to be reckoned with, especially in that mid game once his ultimate is online and he has some damage. Just going to be tearing through the team. So definitely there is sort of a clock that Killer Kappas is on to try to get ahead of this Tsukiyomi.
Izanami getting no pots left on this Izanami, which is kind of not good for Shadow Skills. I think he will have to reset really soon if he doesn't want to get picked. Tsukiyomi gonna find Deacon in the mid.
Ooh.
That's unfortunate. Kind of just didn't realize the damage there, as on the return end, Lone Wolf gets ganked by Formless, and Odin gets the kill for that. Gonna TP back in though.
Yeah, Killer Kappa's missing first blood by just a hair, but able to answer back nonetheless. So good job, even kind of scaring the rat backwards, kind of showing him, hey, two people are still in this lane.
Yep. Being said, this Izanami now not able to really be as impactful as she wants to be in that early game. Ganesha gonna get pulled back out from under tower, gonna dash in there. And kind of just nope.
Yeah, Sylvanas and X-Wall kind of actually presenting a lot of pressure against this Itsunami, kind of answering back with their own version of the cleave autos into the lane.
Yeah, Sylvanas AoE autos. And another.
Oh,
That's. I got no
that's
words.
on camera, buddy.
That's on camera. That's rough.
Yeah, we've all done it, but it hurts to watch nonetheless.
Oh yeah. Learning Sylvanas was it was a lot of that. Rat gonna fight into the Odin cage here, and it looks like Rat's actually gonna be fine brawling into it. Set back over here with a gank. Sylvanas out of mana, but the shell gonna come out. Set gonna TP under the tower, and X-Ball gonna dash past and just pick up.
Solo.
Ooh. Tsukiyomi now here, and I think that Set is dead. Gonna look like, this is... Does he get the triple? I think that's the only question. Nope, he doesn't. He got to the tower. And Deacon gonna pick up a solo kill.
Killer Kappas answering back in their own ways, but unfortunate, just stays too long trying to pick up that second kill. 2 kills going back to Ginkgo on the Tsukiyomi, being able to show up just in time. So 2-0-1 now. Kind of going up a little bit, showing that the Death Dealers are not out of this set yet. Kind of a different story from last game where the jungler on the side of Killer Kappas was up.
Yeah, gonna look to invade that purple as well. Kind of just take a little more farm. You know, I want to talk about these solo builds. You know, we see a Warding Sigil and we see a Bluestone. Bluestone's not that rough of a spot. Tsukiyomi going to be chased down by Set. Set forced the beats to just cleanse the slow, but not able to pick up the kill. Discordia instead going to look at the Set and just hit him with disco damage.
Yeah, unfortunately, just not enough damage. So close. Would have been a really good pickup on the Tsukiyomi, just not enough. We see the Odin, though, attempting to get the stun off, potentially going for the rat kill.
Yeah, Rat, no mana. Gonna fall here. Bluestone tick in the ult. Not much you can do. X-Ball gonna confirm the shield camp. Izanami gonna ult at her toes. Gonna look to take the 1v1 with Frank. And Frank's kind of winning this, kind of losing it, you know?
As all ADCs do, just running at each other.
Yeah, in their own way, you know? It's not quite as intense as solos running at each other, you know?
Yeah, no, it also ends way quicker.
Yeah. I'm not sitting here for 5 to 10 business days wondering who's gonna win. X-Ball just gonna go back under his tower. You know, maybe if he ulted, I think he picks up the kill uneasily.
I think if he definitely lands all the autos and he gets his darts off correctly, he definitely assassinates her. But the way these two are trading autos, I think both of them are very afraid of each other.
Yeah. We see Set back in the mid lane there, looking for something, and not gonna able. That English is hard. Apparently. Just going back to the old file.
Yeah, Blow's definitely coming out, but I definitely think it is a good time to go back to a state of neutral. Only 7 minutes into the game. A lot of grouping already going on. Both teams not wanting to give up territory, wanting to make sure that no one's going to get deathballed on this early in the game. But solo lanes are doing solo lane things. Fight breaking out between the two of them, but I think both are okay for the moment.
Izanami, the target of aggression, now going to dash away as Tsukiyomi just going to look to track her, hit 2 out of those 3 piercing moonlights, and she's just going to... She dies.
Oh.
Okay. You gotta love Caltrops.
Gotta love Caltrops. But good job on the Set to come in and clean up on the Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi too worried with making sure he picked up the ADC kill. So once again, Killer Kappas finding wins in their own ways, not giving up any leads so far. Still 5-4, 23-23. Actually, about a 300 gold lead in the favor of Death Dealers currently. But honestly, anyone's game. It's 8 minutes in.
Yeah, could be anyone's game, as you know, see some more caltrops and stuff being thrown out. Kind of saying, "Scram, get out of my jungle." Oh, and once again back to the old farming simulator.
Farming Simulator 2024, baby.
Honestly. Honestly. And we, you know, seeing some pretty standard builds, you know. Odin rushing the breastplate because Odin mana hungry.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, once again, Agni going to more tier 2 item and then going to the penetration item. But we did talk about that last game is a strategy that you can pull off.
May the power of creation inspire you.
Yeah, just very standard across the board. I mean, besides the rat going sigil, I guess wanting to be maybe tank rat.
As Set ganks and Rat just gives up. And kind of Tsukiyomi not really getting the memo as he looks to go in here. As he ults, gets the piercing moonlight off. It's going to expunge Odin's shield.
And they are going to pick up a kill on him. Set kind of leaving there as, you know, Set doesn't really have the mana nor the hard CC to really help. As Expo looks to go in on Izanami here. Misses, hits one auto, misses every other one.
Yeah, love the confidence coming out, was able to get a favorable
And-
position, but dang, Inko answering back, able to pick up the formless kill under tower nonetheless.
Yeah, kind of left that alone because we thought that was finished, but
Formless didn't want it to be finished.
ooh, big taunt there. Disc gonna go look to ult. And Deacon's gonna be
Oh!
oh, she threaded the needle, picking up Deacon on the
Off
return.
the wall, unfortunate. Deacon just walks right into Apple. Terrible, terrible timing.
Rat gonna look to secure this buff as Odin looks to just stun him, but actually I don't think he was trying. I think he wanted the damage.
Oh,
Oh, that's
tragic.
Been there, done that. Sit there, look at the cage, look at your opponent, walk away.
And Izanami, once again, the target of aggression for Tsukiyomi, but I think Tsukiyomi knows that Set's lurking here. Set ult, popping his ult. Tsukiyomi now under the stress as he just ults to get some invulnerability. Stunning the Set. And
Oh. Formless is not caring.
Yeah, Frank, I love watching Frank in the background of that, just
Slowly dragging his purple further and further back.
Frank's like, thanks for distracting him.
pretty much we do see the Rat dashing in on the Odin, but Frank now wanting to take the fight and almost killing Formless. Izanami stepping up as Beacon spawning soon. As we hear the standard Swagny skin of Make It Rain.
Make it rain.
Oh yeah. You ever played Agony with 80% glitter?
Well, I mean, right now, Bobble.
And out comes Dharmic Killers and just deleting Aral there.
Tsukiyomi back in the mid lane looking at Deacon as... Yeah, Deacon takes...
Yeah. Sorry, Deacon, you're kind of just... But, you know, on the return end, the Set looking like maybe he's going to pick up the kill. Ooh. Oh, the peel is good.
Nice.
But the clone is better.
Yeah, just able to pick up that kill. And the second one going towards the Set as well. Formless showing that last game was not a fluke. He is in it to win it. He's dialed in 4-2-2. Good pickup underneath the T1 of the Death Dealers.
Yeah, and he goes back to just farming his jungle. It looks like he's going... I think that's probably going to be a Soul Leader.
Yeah, I would imagine it's going to be a Soul Eater. Definitely wants some healing in the build. We'll definitely give him a little bit of sustain when he tries to go in and pop out, trying to get the back line. Ult coming out from the Itsunami to try to secure Jimmy. Is able to secure it. A little scrap breaking out between the two ADCs, both pretty low now as they both disengage from each other.
Yeah, a little bit of advantage on the Izanami. She does have that little light blade. I think it gives you, what, 5 attack power? Something like that. But you know what isn't good for the Izanami? Getting aggressed on by a wild tree, and it looks like she's going to fall.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the exact reason why X-Ball counters Itsunami so well. If he's able to get the darts on her, when she dashes away, the dart tick damage will immediately reveal her, so she doesn't get that extra security of being invisible when she goes underground. So, tough. Tsukiyomi looking for something, unable to get it. Apple coming out, but misses the mark. Agni able to dodge everything and keep his health bar and his life.
Yep. That being said, as they look towards the Pyro, Agni Bomb going to come out, deal a good chunk of Sylvanas' health. Dharma Killer's going to come out. Savannah's going to ult in exchange. And Agni just going to be the target of aggression. Aegis coming out to just negate all of that damage. Beautiful taunt there. Forcing the beads out, though. As maybe they looked at... You know, if Disco had Apple, I think Deacon dies again. But we know what that is.
Yeah, just a terrific taunt into each other coming out from the Disco to just make the dash, not only take away the dash from Deacon, but just completely stop the the engage altogether. So, really good job, just showing kind of like what made them good in the last game, knowing when to use these buttons to just stop the disengagement in their tracks.
As you see Frank able to kind of be up there now. Not 4 levels down this game. So able to really step up and show that, you know, he's not as bad of an ADC as Game 1 showed him to be. With the level deficit.
Yeah, Frank actually getting to play the game this time instead of being down 3 kills.
Ooh, Agni Bomb a little off the mark there. As Set might be looking duo side. As Frank, you know, taking quite a bit of poke. But he's going to win the 1v1. Not having wards could be the end of him, though. I think he knows. Set gonna ult, and Izanami's gonna beads. Wait a minute. Could you hover the X-Ball's relic?
That is the Frank special, baby. Persistent teleport.
Ain't no way I'm seeing persistent TP.
Yes, sir.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I thought I had seen it all. I thought I had done it all.
Wow, Rad just coming in and stealing that out from under him, dodging out every single ability that he's throwing at him. Dodges the spear for the second time, gets out with no mana. Does take a little bit of damage from the jump. Oh, misses the spear again, and he's just out of there.
Oh my goodness. That if I'm Rat, I'm over the moon. I am trash talking Freaky to the end of the earth. But if I'm Freaky, I'm like
I hope nobody saw that. I hope it's not live.
exactly.
Kind of like the two sides of the coin of like, I did so good. Meanwhile, Disco looking, and Agni not eating the apple this time. But you know what he is going to eat? A Tsukiyomi, who I think Tsukiyomi going to trade his life, I think, for the kill onto Deacon as he just runs further into the enemy jungle.
Yeah, Ginkgo realizing the extent of Tsukiyomi's power, and that is it. You can go in. You can go as much in as you want to, but man, is it really hard to get out.
Yeah, they taking advantage of that, though. They do look to cap this beacon.
And do get it successfully, so really good job to kind of pull away the killer Kappas, even if it does mean losing your jungler's life in the process.
W. I'm trading my jungler anyway.
I mean, I traded jungler for a Klondike bar, you know, so yeah. I mean...
Ooh, unfortunate timing, but Tsukiyomi just gonna get kind of stuck in the corner, and, you know... He's beads and Aegis gets forced, though. Savannah's gonna ult for the CC immunity. Disco Apple gonna come out. Izanami gonna dash in there. And just gonna eat a bunch. That wasn't even just Disco combo. That was just one ability.
Yeah, taking a little bit of too much damage there, trying to make something happen on the back end. Will, however, give Killer Kappas the opportunity to go for this Gold Fury. Rat is up in the air, though.
And Piercing Moonlight did catch the Izanami, and she does not have relics. So she could just be very much dead. And she is. Ode gonna up down on top of the Tsukiyomi. Tsukiyomi gonna pick up the kill onto player Hone. Odin gonna get the shield off. Ralt's gonna pick up the kill onto Deacon. As now they just force the fight into the cage. Discordia now the target of aggression for Odin. Rat gonna dash away as someone's TPing behind and they
get
just
the ward! Oh my gosh, dude.
Formula's gonna pick
up a persistent teleport! Persistent teleport! Thank! Oh my
God.
gosh, they're making it look good. Stop it.
Just ignoring the ward that Frank was TPing to.
It takes 3 autos, ADC, my man. Shadow, 3 autos, baby.
That actually killed me. I thought it was the rat TPing back in.
No, it was Frank the entire time. He got bamboozled.
I don't know who got more bamboozled, me or them.
Both.
I could hear the tears dripping down your face.
Uh,
Oh, that.
well, Killer Kappas finding themselves kind of in a similar position to last game. 17-15, just kind of asserting dominance within the scrap, I guess. A little bit of a fight breaking out around Pyro, though. Odin trying to scrap with the Tsukiyomi.
Yeah, looking like Agni. Looking to deep ward there, as I think he brought a sentry with him. I hope he did. If not, I'm just. Alright. This is why we can't have nice things. Wards give vision. It lets you see when the enemy is coming.
Wards win wars, okay?
Yeah. Honestly. Unless you're Pockles, and then wards do nothing.
Now wards do nothing.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Oh my good. That was a pretty good look.
Oh no, gonna be forced as
Rat stuck in the cage.
Rat not having ult available. Savannah's gonna catch himself onto the pillar there, but ulting to kind of make sure his Rat gets out there. Caltrop's gonna take a good chunk of Odin's health there.
Yeah, Killer Kappa is just not utilizing the combo that they built to work around, drop the Ganesha ult in the Odin ult to make them walk through the wall a bunch of times, or, set something up similar to that, but I'm not seeing the double ult come out.
No. Odin kind of looking like he gets aggressed on instead. Tsukiyomi kind of just fighting two by himself. Odin be in the back there, just looking to charge spear, missing Gungar, and kind of looking to get aggressed on once more. Tsukiyomi gonna get the stun there. Odin ult gonna be back up because 50% cooldown is a meme. Tsukiyomi gonna ult to pull himself out of the cage, catches himself on the Odin, picks up the kill, but on the return, Deacon there to hit the stun. And as we see Odibo proc. And they're not done. Deacon gonna hit the stun, gonna force the beads Aegis by Disco. As it looks like they want this T1 in mid.
I think they're gonna get it.
In goes the Rat, up goes Agni. And they do in fact get it, but Sylvanas on his own left to die. Plant lives
on
matter.
The wrong side of the tower.
Plant lives matter.
Save your trees.
Save the trees, indeed.
Sylvana's gonna fall in exchange for Beacon and a T1. Worth.
Rat gonna dash at the Odin. And Disco just gonna hit him with a fair chunk of damage.
Yeah, Odin kind of not winning this the way he wants to, but he's getting help from the set now.
Oh, beautiful taunt once again by Raul to save one of his teammates' lives. As just, yeah, that actually I think just saved his life. Agni Bomb's gonna come out. Odin needing to drop aggro on this Disco, kind of just hovering. Maybe could look to steal here. Apple comes out, nails
Nice.
the Ganesha. Ooh, I
Doesn't
think
do anything, but cool factor. It was live.
yeah. Looking at the game state here, though, Killer Kappa is kind of looking like they're on a back foot, objective-wise. T1 still up mid and left or right for the Death Dealers, and but that being said, set's level 20.
Yeah, set's level 20, and there is like 0 gold lead. Like
Yep.
neither team has any sort of like favorable thing going for them currently. It's just been back and forth, finally bringing in that XP ever so slightly down and down and down from about the 12-minute mark.
Yeah. I think it just comes down to the level difference between the Sylvanas and the Ganesha for a lot of that difference. That and the Rat and the Odin, which Odin gonna look to ult in on the Rat. Rat just gonna go up in the air. Set gonna get pulled in away from him, and Rat's just gonna ult away. That's a big engage ult that you have forced out. Definitely looking to pull the objective here.
Yeah, I definitely like that.
As you know, I bet you Rat TPs. Okay, Rat does not have TP, but instead, you know what they do? They do what they should have done last game.
Yep, going for the fire now. 4 people on it. They won't have their solo Rat. I don't think Killer Kappas either know or are going to get there in time.
Odin charging spear. Set. Death Dealer's gonna get it. Formless gonna pick up the kill onto Metal. And Agni eating a ton. Ginkgo gonna shut down Formless once again. X-Ball stuck in the cage, but picking up Freaky on the return end. Ganesha Pillars coming out. And Izanami now the target of aggression as
Aegis coming out on the mage fight in the back.
Yep. And I think Iza's still dead. Yep. And thankfully Deacon not gonna get spotted out by the aggress of these two front. I think Yep. Lone Wolf gonna pick up a double kill there as Ganeshi used bomb to try to peel for himself.
Yeah, just a really bad split fight between the Killer Kappas and the Death Dealers. Just doesn't go their way, unfortunately, around the Fire Giant. Death Dealers is also able to secure the Fire Giant with only losing it on Sylvanas. So if you're going to trade anybody for a Fire Giant, it would be the support.
Yep. You know, as much as Metal's stat line does not say they're doing the best, they have put in work for their team.
Definitely coming in clutch when it is necessary.
Yep. That being said, we are looking more as the builds round out of, you know, standard ADC builds, except for I think that's a Death's Embrace. Because I think the other one's Temper, right?
Yeah, Death's Embrace coming out instead of Death's Temper, which has been the more favorable option. Death's Embrace giving you cooldown on your auto attacks for any ability that's not your ultimate.
Yep. Supports getting to their starters, and it looks like X-Ball and Sylvanas want to siege this left lane as Deacon gonna force down that mid T1. TP coming out from the Odin to stop the aggression in left lane though, as on the return end, Killer Kappas are taking the Pyro. Ult coming out from Odin to
Nice Cage coming out from Odin.
just a little body block on the end of it too. But Ganesha taking a good chunk of damage from Jinko there. Disco Apple gonna come out and be off the mark. Rat's gonna go up. Disco gonna be the target of aggression for Formless. Tsukiyomi gonna get inside of his ult, but then immediately die right after. X-Ball now gonna be the target of aggression as Death Dealers just lost the fight. They kind of just walked in one by one pretty much there. And
yeah, just not taking the fight that they wanted against Killer Kappa. Was just able to capitalize so well on kind of the split upness, as you said, of the Death Dealers now kind of being in an unfavorable spot. The Sylvanas was not there from the original fight. Was still down from when they got that favorable fight from before. So kind of actually bit them in the butt there. Just didn't have the numbers and kind of paid for it.
Yep. what do you know? Looking at this, Rat doesn't have fire on him anymore, but I think that's just because fire reset. Rat's gonna dash at the Agni, and Agni's gonna realize that Rat's a little beefier than what you would expect most assassins to be. Just running his prosthetic stacks as Agni bombs just keep raining out. Odin does have that cage available, 50% cooldown, kind of making that god just funny. Odin not gonna come out, Rat gonna be the target of aggression, but Rat's just fighting in the cage.
Yeah, Rat kind of doesn't care right now.
Yeah, Rat wants that cage match, actually. Rat ult gonna be coming out as Expo now the target of aggression, as he just falls. Sylvanas now the target of aggression, as well as he dies as a constellation. But on the return end, we're all picking up the kill. Agni gonna get looked at. Disco Apple gonna connect with Izanami and deal a quarter of HP with it. Not the most I've seen out of a Disco Apple, but Deacon gonna pick up the kill on Jinko. Izanami gonna try to frontline against a Rat, and she's gonna shred the Rat. Silver Branch stacks go crazy when you push one. I think her stim's like what, 40%, something like that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I think it's one of the higher ones. It's not like Artemis.
Shadow's kind of
65%.
Play does not stick with the team for the Fire Giant start. Gonna
I
give Death Deals a little bit more time to get there.
I don't know if I like that, they're not really going to shred it. Formless not really an ADC.
They do grab the totem that lets them do extra damage to the Fire Giant, but now Death Deals are absolutely going to know this is going on.
Odin going to TP behind.
Rat's up.
And Rat's back down. Ooh,
good. Odin cage.
Odin cage coming in clutch. Rat kind of left it. They kind of did what we wanted. But Shadow Skill is going to get the shutdown on Lone Wolf, as, Rat kind of just left to fend for himself there.
Yeah, Apple bouncing up right off the cage just makes it a set, done deal for the Rat.
Yeah, kind of, I think if the Apple connects, maybe it splits the fight a little.
Maybe.
But they're going to back off. I think take the teleporter, go left. Yep.
Definitely a good play.
Are they going to go for the Gold Fury, or are they going to push the tower? They're going to go for the Gold Fury.
I don't know how I feel about this. I feel like you should be using this this EFG to really try to establish that power, get that tower, get that Phoenix, and then come back to the Primal. Primal giving you the passive of extra damage onto the Fire Giant, which they already have, so it doesn't really give them any sort of advantage right now while they push. So definitely a choice that they did make. But I guess they're right now just sweeping towers and resetting.
I don't know if I like the reset call. You see Frank. Frank has the TP available to him, but
Frank now just going to get a free T2.
Yeah, I honestly would have preferred they push that left side Phoenix a little. You have the manpower, you have the capability to really hammer it in. And honestly, Death Dealers don't have that good of a Phoenix defense.
No, they really just have they have turned off the lights essentially to slow down maybe a potential push, and maybe Sylvanas can get in there and pop the ult in time. But besides that, they're really hoping that no one sees the Rat coming up from the sky.
Yeah, which, Rat, even if you don't see the Rat, you definitely hear him, so.
Yeah.
Kind of delaying the FG a little as they go for Beacon now instead of as well. Weakening the birds just a touch, but they do have 2 bombs available. That being said, one of them is on the mid, which, if you see an Agni stepping up, you kind of just kill him.
Yeah, or definitely force some relics.
Yeah. Bird's now at half health, but they're going to look to siege the mid, as in the left side we see...
I like this split. They just need to give the Formless a little bit of time.
To catch those waves up, yeah. Even with EFG, like you as the main four really don't have to wait for minions. They don't have backdoor protections anymore. Odin Blink gonna come out. I kind of wish those Dharmic Pillars would come. Ganesha still holding ult. Agni gonna pick up the kill onto Jinko. Sylvanas Root gonna come out as Odin eats a root combo once again. And a Disco Apple gonna connect and ooh.
Nice. Lots of damage. Odin taking the apple was probably the best person to take it.
Yeah, it kind of delays that push a little bit longer. He's gonna reset. Has that TP. They can look to do a little bit with it. And yeah, I'm hoping. Okay, yeah, they are gonna do what I was really hoping is they just full sweep the bird, rack a blinky and stun the Agni, force the beads Aegis out of him. I really don't think you have to beads Aegis that. I think you just beads it and walk away, or just don't even beads it because your team's around, no one's stepping up. So
Kind of
maybe
interesting choice not to try to do the end call. The two people that were down are just getting back up now.
Yeah. It looks like instead they're gonna reset for next fire. Odin having, I think that's what, 60% cooldown? 60, yeah.
It's a lot of cooldown.
Yeah. Sadly, it only stacks up to 50. I honestly don't really like the mantle pickup. I feel like that item kind of fell off after they pretty much took all the prots it gave away and, kind of nerfed it. Yeah. I think it used to give like 90 or something prots of each. You were beefy after you got that item, but... And also, you can't trigger it for 110 seconds after it gets used, so... Upside down smile?
Upside down smile, indeed.
Yep.
Fire getting stirred up by the killer Kappas.
Izanami going to start tanking it. Going to walk in and out of the fire pit. And... Gonna eat a knock up from the fire giant.
That's up.
Yeah. They... Killer Kappa's going to secure it. Rat's going to run away as the full dash is on him. He's going to spin and he's going to die.
Really good pickup to start this engagement with EFG.
You forced off, turn off the lights. You forced a rat, ult, and death. You really don't have anything to worry about now. Like,
yeah, really just have to worry about the knock-up combo into the apple.
Yeah, but even then, you just have Odin Cage.
Blink coming in.
Ganesh gonna eat the root. Deacon gonna pick up 3 with his bombs. And gonna pick up the
Wow,
quadra.
Deacon getting the quadra kill.
Yeah.
And wrapping it up too to secure game 2.
Good little end call there of just, Odin blink ulting to catch everyone out from their fountain and just Agni Bomb. Formless putting on a clinic in his own right, though, 15-3 and 11 on that side.
Yeah, 15-3 and 11 and like 18-3 and something last game too. Just going absolutely mental on set and the Nemesis game too. Nuts.
Yeah, and then, Deacon finally stepping up to carry his weight from the mid lane in game 2. Actually connecting with those Agni ults, but that's, I think, going to be a wrap from us for tonight. Oh, there we go. Player damage. Solid 2k of that came from that last fight. Not even. It was probably about 4 or 5k. Actually, more than that, because he killed 4 people. You got about 8k. Yeah.
Yeah, dude, Deacon went nuts.
Yeah. Hey, pretty much. But that's going to be a wrap from us here. And with a 2-0 Killer Kappas set.